Hello, my boils, my ghouls, and my zools. Welcome back to Kalashnikov. Thank you all for being here. If you like the content, please like, share, and subscribe. Today we are talking about Oktober Rojo 2022. Red October is a 3-day Kalashnikov and comm block based competition. Much like Kalash Bash, you have the option of shooting all your stages on Friday or breaking them up between Saturday and Sunday. However, Red October does something unique. They do not do squatting. What they do is you are assigned a shooting number and you go to any stage you like and you hang your card on a hanger and the shooting order is determined by whoever walks up. So you can go to any stage at any time. They just ask that you go to this block at this time, and if you'd like to do more, just go ask them and yeah, they'll say go ahead. Red October happens on the 3rd week of October at Pro Gun Vegas in Boulder City, just about 30 minutes south of Las Vegas near the Hoover Dam. Now this year, the ticket price was a whopping $350. Okay, I know what you're thinking. That's a lot of shmoolah! And it is. But what it was for ammo for stage guns. They said the ammo for the stage guns was very expensive this year, so and they were having a lot of stage guns, so that was what was up with the price increase. So, you know, it's something to look forward to. Great weather along the way. I mean, I came from Texas. I looked up the weather before I left, and I knew in Boulder City that it was going to be windy as fucking hell all month. Like, I knew about that. So, like, I knew showing up, I'm like, I'm going to pack some gear for the wind. Like, I knew about that. When I showed up, though, it was actually really nice. The weather was absolutely perfect. No wind. It was just a little cold, but, you know, no wind. And I walked over to the zeroing bay and, you know, said hi to everybody, saw a bunch of friends from Texas, and saw my friend Addie, and she explained to me that she got a ticket last minute and showed up, didn't have a rifle. And so I just said, yeah, no problem. You're welcome to any of my rifles. We'll figure out the ammo later. I brought plenty of extra ammo, so it's not even a problem. So I loaned her my Tantal, and, you know, it was nice to actually see someone else shooting it and get a little bit more feedback on how the rifle was doing, and I chose to shoot the AK-74 all weekend. So I checked my zero, and then I went back over to the campgrounds, and you can camp on site for free. I chose to honestly just sleep in my car because I knew about the weather. I just wanted to roll the windows up, crawl into the back seat, and be chilling. So I set up my camp. When I was finished, I walked back over to the zeroing bay, hung out for a little while, and everybody was going back to their rooms and everything for the night because pretty much everybody I think we were with chose to shoot on Saturday and Sunday just to kind of chill and do, you know, how, you know, that's how Red October is. You can blaze through it and then just kind of chill all Sunday. Everybody went back to their rooms. I went back over to the campgrounds and started to party with everybody, and, you know, got to see everybody putting away their shit and, you know, getting ready for the morning, and got to see some really cool rifles. Got to see a few Vince Buckles rifles, Mesa Kinetics, and a couple Jim Fuller guns. So, you know, always a pleasure to see really nice guns out in the wild. Always a pleasure to see Vince Buckles guns out in the wild. So the campground is nothing like Kalash Bash. It's real chill, laid back, you know, low key. You know, just kind of grab a beer by the campfire. This year it was grab a beer by the fire and some hick hop broke out. Played around a little bit, you know, partied all night, and, you know, I knew I was going to be fine in the morning, so, you know, got a nice early start in the morning, got my shit on. I knew it was going to be really, really cold and really, really windy, and I chose to go full kit, and that's one of the divisions you can do. You know, you have your different classes, like light optics and heavy optics, you know, heavy irons and shit like that, and then there's different divisions. Red October has a few different divisions, you know, like a ladies division and a senior division. And there's also the kit division, where you are required to carry 120 rounds of ammo on you, 1.5 liters of water, rifle plates front and back, a helmet. So I chose to do the kit division, and of course, you know, brought the balaclava because it was really handy in the wind. Oh my God. Sand in your eyeballs, sand in your nose, sand in your asshole. We kind of chose our own squad for the weekend, and we proceeded over and just did the stages sequentially. So we went to stage 1, and stage 1 was called A Better Gun. This stage gun was it was just an AR with a 7.62 by 39 AR. Nothing really special, you know, whatever. It had a Swamp Fox optic on it.
Give it a good charge. All
right, load and make ready.
Yep.
So this stage, you load and make ready, and you put your rifle on your belt buckle. When the beeper goes, you engage a single target with 5 single shots. When you're finished with that, you put the rifle down, and then you run over, grab the sled that has a weight on it. I believe the weight was 75 pounds, and you have to drag it through the gravel. Mind you, this is gravel. This isn't just dirt, so it's actually pretty tough. When you're finished with that and cross the line, you grab your rifle and you start engaging around the little shoot house type thing. This one just kind of crept along, not the fastest, but you know, got through the stage. And at the end, you engage 2 steals and you're finished. So Better Gun went pretty well. I got 29th in the division and 106th overall. I'm not really worried about 106. There's a lot of shooters at Red Oktober, so that's just a fine start. So the second stage we went to was called Takedown. This one was really fun. You start laying down in the passenger seat and you have your magazine stowed in the driver's seat, and when the beeper goes, you grab your magazine, grab your rifle, you step out of the car, load your magazine into the gun, charge your rifle, and you start engaging. This one with the armor on, man, I felt like I was 50 years old. Holy crap. And this wind, it was getting pretty cold, so I just chose to engage most of the targets standing right there. Got these guys right here, came up, and I was like, oh yeah, gotta kick that guy. And like the previous stage, you engage the steel at the end and you were finished. So for Takedown, we got 23rd in the division and 67th overall. I am just fine with that score because, man, getting out of that car was pretty creaky. The stage was a lot of fun. Loved the stage gun. The third stage we went to was also pretty fun. This one was a take on the classic Casarta drill, and it did pay homage in the name, Desert Tranquility. So the Casarta drill is a stage design that comes from Carl Casarta from In Range TV. And the gist of it is, the beeper goes, you engage a steel, then you pick up a kettlebell, you throw it, you run to that position, you engage a steel, and then you pick up a kettlebell, you throw it, and then you engage from that position and so forth until you get to the end. It's pretty straightforward, but you know, being that it comes from a brutality match, it's just a real physical kind of stage, and they're real fun, you know, they've kind of caught on at a lot of matches. So it was going mostly fine for me, but one tip that I forgot to do was put your foot on the kettlebell when you engage your targets, because I had this little problem where I engaged my targets and then I looked down and I didn't see where the kettlebell was, and I just wasted time looking for the kettlebell. So I was kind of disappointed with this stage because usually I do pretty good on the more physical stages, but this was actually my worst stage of the weekend. This stage I managed 52nd in my division and 177th overall, so no bueno. Didn't like that performance at all, one bit. Next stage we went to, number 4, was Attack on VTAC. So this stage you start with the lower half of a VTAC, you engage your steels on the left and right, and then you have to engage some paper, and then you run over, engage some more paper, and then you have the top half of a VTAC.
Stand by!
Man, this one, you can really see where the wind was blowing. I mean, it was really blowing.
Cold range!
And unfortunately, one of the VTACs blew over on my first run, so I had to rerun. Overall, though, this stage went really well for me. I got 26th in my division and 72nd overall, so can't complain about that. So stage 5, party like it's 1895. This one, you start with your rifle on Lieutenant Dan, which is their affectionate name for the steel guy they have every year at Red Oktober. So basically you engage a clay from Lieutenant Dan, and if you hit the clay, then you don't have to re-engage that clay, obviously. But you have to carry Lieutenant Dan across the stage before you can start engaging the rest of the targets. It is going to help you to get that over with, because you can kind of just chuck Lieutenant Dan down and keep going. Unfortunately, I didn't get the best footage of this one. The compression just totally killed it, but it is what it is.
Are you ready?
This stage had no stage gun. So since I didn't hit the clay, I did try to speed up and get this one really moving, but unfortunately it just wasn't enough, and I ended up with 30th in the division and 114th overall. So I would have liked to have done better on that one. I think I could have, but unfortunately I just missed the clay, so it is what it is. The 6th stage we went to was called Raise the Banner. This one was real fun as well. This one, again, no stage gun, but you know, you have a stick that you had to pick up out of a pole mount, and you had to carry it from point to point to point and engage targets from point to point to point. And that one was actually really fun. I did like this stage quite a bit. Unfortunately, I didn't get the best footage of this one either, but I at least was getting my steels on point, and this one went real well, so I couldn't have really been more happy with this one, man. So right here at the end, you have to engage each of the quote-unquote sappy plates with 4 shots each, so, you know, just get it real quick. Raise the Banner, we got 13th in the division and 34th overall. Not too shabby. Not too shabby. So the 7th stage we went to was called Close Quarters. This one was also a lot of fun. So you had the option to load this revolver either just regular, where you're going to take your shot and it's going to go off, or you can just give it a Russian roulette spin and see where it lands. And, you know, obviously that's going to cost you time. It's just a little thing for fun. They called it spicy. I chose spicy, so...
Yeehaw!
So I made a mistake on this stage. That's kind of a good example of how it can affect your overall score, but your division score is just fine because the people you're competing against, you know, they got similar times, and, you know, you blaze through the stage, that penalty doesn't hurt you too bad. So unfortunately, I stepped over this line when I took my shot and got a little bit of a penalty, and it knocked me back, but I got 21st in the division. Unfortunately, I got 86th overall, but that's still really, really good because there's 250 shooters. I got to see how many shooters there is overall, actually. There's 290 shooters at Red October, so, you know, whatever, not too bad still. So the 7th stage was some kind of like shoot house looking stage or something like that. I don't really know what it was. I don't know if it had a stage gun on it or not. Probably had a stage gun on it. But unfortunately, the stage blew down. Like straight up, like unrepairably blew down. So there was really nothing that could be done, and that stage had to just be pulled for the weekend. So don't have anything for that stage. Nobody has anything for that. Well, I think a few people have something for that stage, but not too many people have anything for that stage. There was supposed to be 10 stages overall, but unfortunately, another stage had to get thrown out because there were some bad calls made by ROs regarding scoring, and there was some unfair scoring going on with a few shooters, so they had to pull the stage just so all the scores were even. Unfortunately, this last stage also got thrown out, but this stage I believe was called Casting Couch. Basically on this stage, you start on the center cushion with your feet in the air, and the stage gun was a 12 gauge of nothing. And you engage your targets from left to right to left, however you'd like, but on the right-hand side, you do have to lean over, and there is a steel.
That steel?
This year at Red October, they decided to try something new. Night stages. I believe they called it Red October at night, and it was pretty cool. I didn't participate in them, but I did spectate in them, and my friends did participate. So you put 2 glow sticks around your neck, and you throw one on your front, one on your rear. You can loop them into your plate carrier if you wanted to, if you're wearing one or something like that. And you can run nods, you can run with white light, whatever you want, but the stages are dimly lit with flares. It looks really, really cool. Unfortunately, I just didn't want to spend the extra $80 or the ammo or anything like that on it, so I didn't participate. But it was really cool to watch. It was really cool to watch. So the weekend was over, and now it's time for the awards ceremony. The awards ceremony is not the biggest deal on the planet with Red October. I mean, you know, everybody gets prizes and everything like that because there is a lot of just random prizes. And, you know, friends won some stuff. You know, we had some friends get some first and second prizes in their divisions, you know, like irons and stuff like that. But I won a random prize. I got myself an AR handguard at the AK match. It's a, battle something. I don't know AR part companies, so I don't know. Someone would have to tell me what this thing... Oh. BAD. I think that's good. The Battle Arms Development, I think it is. I think so. I don't know. So when everything's done, a lot of people got to catch flights and stuff like that. So pretty much everybody packed up and left, and, you know, I got on my way. I stopped a couple hours outside of Boulder City and took a nap and had a nice drive through the morning and through some crazy snow. And I mean, it was beautiful weather. Stopped on the reservation and had some lunch. But anyhow, here's where the story comes in of me taking the time off for, that month or whatever. I got back from Red October and, I pulled into my driveway. I took my guns into my house and I took a nap and I woke up. I took a shower, put my clothes on, even put my concealed carry on. And I walked outside and I opened up my doors to take a look at what I wanted to unload because I did leave my Pelican case and, just stuff in my back seat like my sleeping bag and all that crap in there. So, I decided I'm going to unload that Pelican case first. So I went and put my concealed carry down because, the Pelican case is really big and awkward and, it's... So really what it was that the Pelican case had a lot of stuff in it and the holster was squeezing my belt line, so I put my concealed carry down for a second to pick this Pelican case up and a car pulled up and people started shooting at me and so I ducked down and they continued shooting. And when I heard them stop shooting, I took a look and saw that I could either make a run for my door or I could make a run for the back of the house. But unfortunately, my door doesn't open the best, so my only real option was try to book it around the back of the house. So I booked it around the back of the house, and unfortunately, while I was booking it, heard the reload and started shooting again, and I got hit in the hip. So took a stumble, and only person I know in my area is the manager of the place I live, so I just went over there and said, hey, I think I need an ambulance. I'm not really sure, I haven't seen yet. It just burns really bad and I'm full of adrenaline at the moment. She's like, okay, no problem, here, chill. And so she called 911, was like, hey, I need an ambulance, blah blah blah, and they showed up. And on the way I saw it was actually not a lot. I just got grazed. So, I was like, actually guys, I'm totally good. And so even though I didn't go to the hospital or anything, the police did come. They did alert the police that it was a gunshot wound. So I did have to speak to the police and witnesses said that I shot back. So yeah, I have an LTC and yeah, that's when you have to answer questions. So no real choice in the matter. And so yeah, I had to talk to them for a few minutes, and so I had to talk to them for a while, and when I got finished, I packed up my guns and went to location undisclosed. I've already told this story on my Instagram, but whatever, that's actually a smaller platform than the YouTube, so, didn't really want to talk about it here quite yet. But anyhow, that's what happened. That's where I was. So, yeah, sorry I was gone. It was quite busy while I was moving because unfortunately the place I went was 3 hours away from my house, and I got a bit of work to do on my house. There's a bit of renovation, lots of holes and stuff. Unfortunately, one of my cars got completely perforated, so yeah, that car's no good no more. So it could have been much worse, and overall I'm just glad to be alive. Basically, I just spent the next day chilling in bed because, my leg was just hurting really bad. I don't know if it hit a nerve or something like that, but pretty much since that day, my leg has been killing me randomly throughout the day, and I don't know what's up with that. But, I'm an American. I can't afford to go to the doctor, so I don't know. Kickstarter me. I don't know. But anyhow, I spent, just day at bed and then went back to work immediately, and I actually did a match 4 days afterwards, so, fuck those people. Ain't stopping me from doing shit, man. A couple weeks later, I went and did the Sons of Liberty match as well, so, yeah, fuck those people, man. They're not stopping me from doing shit. I might be a little wobbly and, leg might hurt and all that, but, I'm still gonna keep going, whatever. Nothing to complain about. I'm sure it'll go away in time. Whatever. I'm an American. So overall, one last time, I am glad to be alive, man. I am glad y'all with me. I'm glad to be with y'all, and hopefully we are around for a long time, because I enjoy doing videos, I enjoy doing competitions, and I enjoy just general shooting and whatnot. So, I like to entertain. As I said, had a long history in the music industry. So, like to entertain. And, you know, these new educational kind of videos are a lot of fun to put together. So, hope to do more of them, and I hope to do them for a long time for y'all. And with that said, y'all stay safe, have fun, stay strapped, or get fucking clapped.